Yeah, let's see a little brief update on the Noberto Arizmendi project I've been working on, that little 410 bolt action. Um, Worked on putting some chemical stripper on the stock. Tried up the old stain. It had some kind of funky stain. You know, these things are mass produced. Not a lot of care given to it. How they're doing? I mean, the shaping. The lines are not that fine on this farm. Um, And like I said, it was kind of a funky stain. This area back in here, I haven't addressed it yet, but that's where it looked like it got water in the stock. So this is the side that's stripped. Um, with that being said, the process I use a chemical stripper. This was a clean strip that did not work as well as some of the stuff you used to be able to get in the spray can, orange citrus stuff. It's done really well for me at lifting old stains off of gun stocks. Um, but what you're trying to do is you're trying to lift as much of the stain out as possible, eliminate the sand, and you don't want to reshape the stock. Don't want an error stock or anything like that. But regardless, especially when you get one like this, the stain's kind of funky on it, don't want to lift right. And it's lifted a fair amount of it. You've seen the video before how dull the gun was. Um, Underneath of this thing, inside I've already started dressing, is actually a halfway decent piece of wood for something that was mass produced. Starting to get it cleaned up a little bit. As you can see, it's got a little bit of grain structure. It's got, I think there's a knot up in here. It's not high grade wood, but it should be a decent looking wood when it's finished. You finish it properly. I do stuff old school. I'll have a lot of time in the stock. There'll be several coats of true oil go on this thing, and it's going to be hand rubbed, and your hand gets hot, and some steel wool in between coats, buff it down, and it'll have a nice sheen to it when I get done. May put a light stain in it. The only reason I would even contemplate using stain is when you're refinishing these things. You can see right here, you draw this line. That line's from when this thing's factory stained. And not only it draws stain this direction, it also picks it up to the butt plate. So the only way you're going to lift that out, there's a couple of tricks you can do. One of the things I've done to try to lift that out, if it was a good piece of wood, I'd really put my effort into it, would be to take this thing and put 100% pure bleach and brush bleach on it and hang it out in the sun and dry it in the sun and wipe it down, and you might have to do it 2 or 3 times, and you can lift more of that stain out with bleach. And you actually bleach your wood white. I don't see any real reason for this. This is a utilitarian type gun anyway. I'm doing this on a whim. It's a functioning firearm. Why am I doing it? Because it's my gun. A lot of people wouldn't have refinished it and stuff, but some I do. I'm contemplating if I'm going to do the barrel and the receiver re-blued or not. Bluing's not that bad. I think it'll clean up a little bit of rust on it. But I know I can do it better than what the factory finish was, because I'll put the time in it. For me to redo a firearm like this, I'll probably have about 15 to 20 hours of spare time in it. I'm in no rush, and tinker with it if I want to, if I'm watching TV in between commercial breaks or whatever, or work on it a little bit till you get tired and you just come back to it. I was asked by a friend the other day, why don't I go ahead and start gunsmithing for a living? And I'm like, anytime you got to do something for a living, it takes all the fun out of it, and it's just a hobby. This is something for me to do, pastime, and take something that looks a little rough and make it look good, or something that's broke and fix it and make it work again. That's, don't like idle time, and I always like tinkering stuff. Been very fortunate in my life that I was blessed to be able to work on a lot of mechanical items and firearms happens to be one of them. But anyway, I'll keep posting stuff as this project progresses, and hope everybody's having a good evening. Thank you.